For years, I was but a shadow under Sidious's reign, a spectre unseen, yet feared, a weapon wielded with precision against his enemies. But even as the Empire crumbled, the ruins it left behind were not of endings, but beginnings. Beginnings of an era where the old chains would shatter, where power would find true meaning in the hands of those bold enough to seize it. The void left by the Empire is vast, but chaos is a ladder, one that I climb with the scars of betrayal etched into my skin, with every step fueled by the rage of abandonment. They thought me defeated, thought me dead, but here I stand, not just a survivor, but a harbinger of the new order. As I forge my path through the remnants of this broken galaxy, I see the potential to mold it in my image, to challenge the so-called balance the Force seeks to maintain. The Sith were consumed by their own hubris, but I have learned that true power does not come from servitude to an ideal or a master, but from the might within, from the chaos that I command. This galaxy, it calls for a ruler unburdened by the past, unchained from the dogma of Sith and Jedi alike. And I shall answer its call, not as a pawn, not as a disciple, but as Darth Maul, the master of my own destiny, the creator of a new empire forged from the ashes of the old. Let the galaxy tremble, for the chaos I bring will remake it, and from its deepest fears, my reign shall begin.
Leia, I understand your concerns, truly, but we must show the galaxy that the New Republic is a beacon of peace. After years of conflict, our commitment to demilitarization will help heal those wounds.
I respect your idealism, but we cannot afford to be naive. The Outer Rim isn't like the core worlds. Without a strong military presence, we're inviting chaos, pirates, smugglers, remnants of the Empire, all thriving in those lawless regions. We've seen it before.
I believe in the resilience of our democracy. The strength of the New Republic should not solely be measured by the size of its military. We need to invest in diplomacy, in building alliances. Strength, after all, can be wielded in more ways than one.
And what of those who don't respond to diplomacy? What of the worlds that find themselves under the threat of cartels and warlords? Mon, I've been on those front lines. I've seen what happens when we pull back too soon. We risk the security of our citizens for an ideal that not all share.
But we cannot let fear dictate our path. If we continue to militarize, are we any better than the empire we fought so hard to overthrow? We must lead by example, show that governance does not need to rely on intimidation and force.
It's not about fear. It's about responsibility. Our first duty is to protect our people. If we dismantle our defenses, how long before someone sees that as an opportunity? Peace is more than a lofty ideal. It's something we must actively and pragmatically secure.
Yet, we must also ask at what cost? Continual military expansion consumes resources that could improve lives and strengthen the bonds of our republic through development and aid. Isn't it possible that by showing faith in peace, we encourage it?
Possible, yes. But at the risk of sounding cynical, hope is not a strategy. I propose a compromise. Rather than a full demilitarization, let's consider a strategic downsizing. We keep a responsive force ready, but shift the focus towards building a stronger diplomatic corps and local militias trained by us.
Leia, your pragmatism is one of the reasons I always valued having you at my side. Let's explore this middle ground. Perhaps a phased approach could work, starting with areas stable enough to handle less direct military oversight.
That sounds like a prudent first step. Let's ensure we can protect our ideals without leaving ourselves vulnerable. After all, the best way to preserve peace is to prepare for the challenges ahead, together.
Together, indeed. I'll have the advisors draft up some proposals based on our discussion. Thank you, Leia, for ensuring that we remain vigilant yet hopeful.
There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. As the final word escapes my lips, a chill seeps into my bones. The air grows thick, heavy with a darkness that curls around my senses. The light seems to fade, as if swallowed by the shadows that now stretch across my mind's eye. I stand, my voice echoing hollowly into the void. Hello? No answer returns, only the oppressive, stifling silence. Then, a voice, not heard but felt. A dark whisper tugging at the edges of my soul, pulling me deeper into this shadow realm.
Come, Skywalker, Skywalker.
It beckons, each word a thread of icy dread weaving through my core. The darkness is palpable, almost alive, reaching out to me, binding me with unseen chains. Suddenly, a familiar warmth cuts through the cold, a light blazing forth. Obi-Wan Kenobi, my mentor, appears as if summoned from the very essence of the Force itself. His presence is a shield, his strength, a fortress.
Luke, you must step back from this place. It is not for you to venture into the darkness alone.
With a gentle yet firm push, he guides me back, pulling me from the grasp of the shadow that sought to claim me. The vision fades, and I find myself back in the realm of the living, the chill replaced by a lingering warmth. I felt the disturbances, Master. Shadows, creeping at the edge of my mind, threatening to unbalance what we fought so hard to protect.
It is as you sense. The dark side is never fully vanquished, merely pushed back as the tides in an eternal sea. You must remain vigilant, and your next step is critical to maintaining this balance.
What must I do, Master?
You need to journey to Korriban, the ancient world of the Sith. It's a place steeped in the dark side, a source of untold secrets and power.
Korriban. I've read of it in the texts here. The darkness there is ancient, almost alive. Why there?
Because understanding the dark side is not the same as succumbing to it. To protect the light, you must comprehend the depths of the darkness. Korriban holds many answers about the Sith, the Force, and the balance we strive to uphold.
I understand, Master. I'll prepare for the journey, cautious but open to the lessons the Force seeks to teach me.
May the Force be with you, Luke. Always.
Esteemed Lords of the Shadows, you have been summoned here not out of subjugation, but opportunity. The Empire has fallen, the galaxy is fractured. This chaos, while a breeding ground for profit, lacks the order necessary for true power.
And why should we trust you, a former Sith? You wield promises as one wields a blaster, carelessly.
My past as Sith is precisely why you should trust in my ability to seize and hold power. I have learned from the failures of those before me, failures that you have thrived upon. Together, we can forge a new order.
And what is it that you propose exactly?
Unity. Under my leadership, we will unify the criminal underworld. No more petty squabbles over territory. Each of you will command your portion of the galaxy under a single banner. Together, we will be unstoppable. Control and order. I seek to establish a domain where the Sith ideologies of strength and rule are realized. You will manage your territories, but answer to a central authority, me. This is not servitude. This is symbiosis.
Territory without conflict is tempting. But what stops you from turning on us Sith once you have what you want?
Consider the mutual benefits. Alone, each of you fears betrayal and usurpation by your rivals. Under my command, your power is legitimized, your enemies quelled by not just your hand, but by all who stand with us.
And if one of us disagrees with your oversight?
Then you will find yourselves isolated, surrounded by those who have seen the wisdom in unity. The galaxy is changing, and you can either adapt and thrive or cling to old ways and be swept away by the tides of change.
What assurances do we have that this isn't just another empire rising from the ashes of the old?
My empire will not be built on the backs of the weak. It will be built alongside the strong. You know as well as I do that control is nothing without power to enforce it. I offer not just a partnership in ruling, but in reigning supreme. We consolidate our forces and begin to take strategic hold of critical assets across the galaxy. With each sector under our control, we demonstrate not only our power, but our unity. I am not asking for your decision now. Reflect on the power that awaits us, and the fate that befalls those who choose to stand alone. We will meet again soon, and on that day, you will decide whether you stand with us or against us.